What's going on, guys? With A&M Graphics shooting this Lamborghini Huracan that they just finished up. This thing is absolutely wild. It's like a modern digital. Does it have like a specific name? Ombra spezzata. So the wrap on this is Federazione Italian wrap film. So the name is very fitting, but this thing is absolutely wild. It's basically like a bunch of shades of gray, which is gonna like photograph really nicely. So we have this little spot out here that we're gonna shoot on, mess with the foliage a little bit, and then we're eventually going to move into this hangar that Matt found us, which is absolutely incredible. We're probably gonna strobe the car in here, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna save this for the end, just because these shots will take a little bit longer working in the shadows like this. So yeah, got a cool one. So we wanted to get some simpler shots done showing off the wrap and like the sunlight. So we're gonna mess around out here before we start the big shots. But I wanted to get the car up against this like cobblestone wall, this just to grab all this texture with the camel wrap. And I thought the gray would pop off of it really, really nice. So we're gonna start with shot number 1. So I'm gonna keep the f-stop kind of high. We're gonna shoot around like f11. I just wanna grab a lot of that texture. And I'm gonna bracket these just for the sake of time. I wanna be able to get to that warehouse quicker and save time for that. So we're gonna pop on bracket and I'm gonna take my bracketed shots. And that's good for the side. All right, Matt just saw an awesome little angle here. We're gonna get through the warehouse that we're gonna shoot. We were just talking about like tying in the shoot as a whole. And this is a perfect way to like maybe infer where we're eventually gonna be, you know, in. So I'm just going on fine sharp, focusing, just because I'm trying to get focused through those little branches. Get a couple different angles. Oh yeah, this is super cool. Just shooting bracket, just kind of give me everything. All right, so after a little bit of weed cleanup, now we have a nice clean car there with no weeds kind of obstructing the view. I'm gonna play with a couple of different things. I'm gonna shoot at like f2.8 and we're gonna bracket this because I want to try to pull some detail from inside here. And then we're gonna shoot one at like 70 millimeters back here. Yeah, that's sick. That's a crazy little spot. Matt's just scouting this whole, he must have scouted this location prior to this because he knows all the little spots to be in. He found this little doorway here and we're gonna frame this up. I love this because it's gonna really tie into everything. Awesome spot. Just gonna make sure I grab everything I want. Oh, the range in this detail is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna do a wide angle where the whole car's in the shot and I'm still incorporating this. Yeah, so originally I was thinking like 2 different kind of little mini sets, but I think these are gonna match really, really nicely with each other. We're not gonna have any problems having these 2 seem like they're from like the same location and stuff. So the lighting will definitely be different from shot to shot, but yeah, that's crazy. We'll have a little bit of retouching work to do to get like that little like construction vehicle and the plow out of there, but that shouldn't be a problem at all. Just want to keep playing with these depth of fields. I'm just gonna throw this in continuous mode so that I can like burst. I'm shooting a lot of this handheld right now because we're kind of just like working the location and seeing like where we want to be shooting. And since I'm shooting handheld, I want to shoot like super fast, right? So that's just what I'm doing right now. Might be like a couple little shifts and whatnot that we'll have to mess with, but generally we're gonna be fine. All right, so Matt is moving the Lambo. I'm just gonna take a couple shots of it at that angle. We're gonna move to the second little spot outside. We got a couple more ideas with the actual hangar, but I want to get some more shots over by this little like bunker. I'm gonna try to go in it and see if I can get a couple shots in there. These aren't like the most ideal conditions, but luckily his car is gray, and I think that'll make for some like easier noon shooting. I know a lot of people say don't shoot at noon, don't shoot at noon. It's not what you want to do, but sometimes you don't have that luxury. Yeah, this is looking crazy. So the plan is he's got the car raised. It's very rocky and these rocks are huge, so he's gonna come in and put the car like right here, and I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can go in that little bunker and shoot some front end shots, but mainly we're gonna be doing a rear shot shooting back this way. Again, just trying to show the wrap off in natural light before we go in and start messing around with a lot of strobes. Yep, keep coming. You're good. It's nice. It's pretty flat. It's pretty flat. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Now you're gonna turn to your left and then slowly inch forward a bit. Yep. Give me a little bit more of the side of your car. Yep. Other way. Yeah, now pull forward. Yep. Keep turning left. Keep turning left. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Right about there. All right. Let's see what that looks like when it actually lowers. It looks like I just want to make sure it doesn't look too high in the spot I got you in. Yeah. Let's do this. This is good. This is good. All right, so I'm gonna get a couple of wide shots. For this shot, I want the car to be more important, whereas over there, I was shooting a little bit wider for the whole location. I'm gonna be shooting wider, but closer to the car here to show off a little bit more of the detail on the wrap. So I put my camera back on the tripod here because I wanna shoot some different CPL layers, just so I make sure that I got the side of the car I want. And we're just setting up the shot. So I'm gonna take 3 exposures for the left panel and then 3 exposures for the rear. And we're gonna shoot this at f8, get all that detail. It's pretty hard to see the LCD monitor in this sunlight. All right, here we go. And here we go, 2, 3. And that should be more than enough to work with. All right, we're gonna change the angle up a little bit, vertical here, which we'll do right now. I'm gonna put the tripod on one of the higher settings so I can kind of shoot over and show the location off. Again, I'll be shooting at a higher f-stop. I'm gonna go for like a little lean here just to give it a little bit of attitude. Again, I'm gonna shoot 6 shots basically. That'll be what I'm working with. I'll probably use 4, but I like to shoot 6 just to have like the play and the exposure. Again, I'm gonna zoom into the side of the car and I'm gonna shoot 3 shots. I'm exposed correctly here, 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna shift to the rear window on the CPL. And 1, 2, 3. That shot should be good. Should have more than enough to play with there too. I'm gonna go in for another shot, detail shot of the decal on the back here, the spot graphics of the logos, to come a little bit lower with my tripod in order to incorporate that background a little bit more. Not that the background's gonna be like super important on this shot, but I wanna like get the carbon fiber spoiler here blurred out in the foreground and then be focused on A&M Graphics, and then like just have those, what's important is like I said, they're gonna be blurred out in the background, like that foliage and the little bunker thing, but like it'll still tie into my other photos. That's important for like when you're color grading. If I don't have like those tones in my shot all of a sudden, the color grade is gonna be hard to match up. So we're gonna do something like this. So that should be more than enough. I'm gonna jump into that bunker and see if I can get anything usable. Before we go into that bunker, I like this shot right here for a close-up shot of the wrap. It's gonna be focusing on the headlight, and we're just gonna have a kind of like a looking down at the headlight style shot, like this. Slight lean, you can kind of get creative with this. Like lately I've been into like leaning the shot a little bit more. I'm usually like a stickler for like my horizons and like the sides of architecture being like very straight with the edges of my frame. But I feel like a nice lean is in right now. So we're gonna shoot this as a f4 just to get a little bit more focus depth. I'm gonna polarize for the hood. Let's see, it's so hard to see out here in these bright conditions. I need like a tent like the film cameras used to have that I can jump in. I don't even know if I'm switching anything around. Yeah, right about there. I got good exposure on the ground in one of those shots, good exposure on the highlights of the car, and then I really have any range I want with a bright one. Another cool shot might be like the side mirror. I'm gonna zoom in all the way to 70. I'm gonna shoot it at a weird angle where we're getting like the front fender in the shot too. Yeah, I'm gonna have it spill, so like, again, I'm gonna shoot this pretty shallow so like the front fender's blurred out, but you see like the texture of the graphics and the red lines here, and then it matches to the side mirror and down the car. So I wanna kind of show this angle off, a really cool angle. I'm gonna polarize for, let's twist it. Probably for the front fender, to be honest, because it seems like it's affecting the mirror the same. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Yeah, that's killer. Okay, so we are, this little overgrown bunker seems like a lot of fun behind me, whatever this is. So I'm gonna see if I can get in there. Matt said he heard a little animal. We'll see what that means. Hopefully I don't get skunked or something. That would be awful. Perfect on the wheel. All right, so he just turned the wheel for me because I'm planning on getting a front shot. We don't want to drop the camera. Oh, this is close. Oh yeah, you can. I just gotta go straight here. Is there a way you can like pass me it through there? And then I'll just go in with my, because I know like karate and shit. And if my hands are free, I don't know karate, guys. I don't. I'm gonna get my ass beat by like a gopher or something. Either that or I'm gonna step on a nail. All right, we're in. All right, so I don't know what this was or what goes on in here, but oh, I think it might be a little too tall. Oh my God, it's so sick. All right, this is gonna be really hard to show you guys what I'm doing right here, but I'm gonna like try to just hold my tripod and do like a really fast shutter and handheld this. I'm gonna have to move this around a lot in Photoshop, but this is a really cool shot. So I'm not gonna have the luxury of like doing bracket exposure here, but I think it's a cool enough shot where we'll just let it rip like this. I'm shooting pretty shallow. Want to seem like we're spying on the car. I'm gonna go 70 now, 70 millimeters that is. Here, I'll aim this up at the camera just so you guys can see. I have it like pressed onto my hip, basically. Trying to get this frame. Oh, it's crazy. Just gotta watch out like what you're stepping on and stuff in here. I think we're good. Okay, so in those clips, that's where I just was in that little, let's just call it a bunker. What we're gonna do now is the big shots we had planned. But right now I wanna get up in those windows and shoot back outside at the car. Just to get another like, show like the roof of the car off and whatnot. I think like if I can get up in there and if I can climb and shoot back down with like the car out here, it will look really, really sick. Again, trying to tie in all these textures in this location into one. This might be sketchy. I don't know. This is what I'm planning on climbing, just long boards. This could be sketchy. I'm thinking I could shuffle my way up here. Oh man, I just don't want like the wood to move on me. It's definitely sketchy because like these top woods are like loose. It's gotta be over to the right more, like over here somewhere. Just gotta make sure that all this wood is actually okay to stand on. Yeah, we're going to go for something like that where he's standing. Yeah, so a little bit further away from the building. And then like in this pocket right here, dude. That's how you clean a car at a photo shoot. Just bring a blower. Okay, so we are up on these little wooden rafters or whatever this is. We're gonna be shooting through these little windows here, see if we can get a cool little framing up of the car. I wanna show off like the car from the top down in an interesting way that kind of matches the rest of our set. So we're gonna play with this whole framing vibe that we've been going with. I think it's gonna be something like this because I wanna involve inside here to show where we are. I don't wanna just like be like looking through the window, shooting the car from above. Maybe I'll get a frame like that too, just to be like, here's the car. But this shot is a really kind of like a dynamic shot. I could see this like working well with like an artboard or something. We're gonna shoot it kind of shallow because we want this all to blur out. Again, we're working in about a half a stop in both directions. Actually, that's a full stop in both directions. Let's see what we get. Yeah, there's a lot to play with there. I'm gonna go a little bit darker on it. That a weird angle where the polarizer might not do much for the side of the car, but grab that. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so we just want to get another shot of the rear with the warehouse here. So just gonna grab a couple of bracketed frames. I'm gonna switch over to F8 and get a little bit more of everything in focus. We're gonna have to bump the ISO up. Yeah, it looks awesome. I just like the way the warehouse's textures contrasting the wrap. So I want to get like some close-ups of the wrap right here. Like try to get like this little back blade here with like the vertical, all the vertical slots of like the warehouse. It's a really cool texture together. Be too distracting. You're gonna see it a little bit, which will like help plan it in the scene, but I don't want it to be obnoxious. Again, I want to get the LP 610 here, the little logo. This might not be the ideal side to shoot this on right now, but let's just grab one. Yeah, it looks That's great. I'm gonna shoot this back in this doorway here, but I like this little rear crop that we're getting. Something like that. Let's put a bracket on it. All right. So now he's basically just like kind of mapping out a little road map here to try to get in here. The ground is like very uneven and whatnot. So we're a little nervous. It's not the lowest Lamborghini, but we should be able to get it in here. It's just, you gotta do a little bit of preparation on getting like big boulders and loose debris out of the way. Okay, so I'm just setting up my light now. Since we're in the warehouse, I need to basically shape the light. I need to have light coming from somewhere. It's pretty flat in there, which you could probably get a decent photo and it will look cool and you can edit it up and it'll look nice, but this will help give us like a scene, which that's what we're gonna try to build here. All right, so we're testing light. I don't know if you guys can see him, but Matt is up there now. We switched roles. He's gonna be up there kind of trying to spill us some light. I wanna infer that there's light coming from these windows, so we need to make a light source that matches that since we're shooting kind of a little bit later in the day. So we're gonna give a couple of frames here and see what it looks like and go from there. 100 power, F8, we're gonna go down a little bit more. I think it's gonna work. So I'm just gonna, I have some pretty good planted frames here, but I'm gonna have them slide over a bit. After I have this shot, I'll have like my ground here, and then I'll probably shoot some shots without the light, and then we'll try to merge those two. I just wanna make sure I have everything that we're gonna need. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. All right, let me work that for a second. We're gonna invite a little bit more ambience in, killer. I'm just gonna take another frame. I'm shooting at a 30th of a second now because I want a little bit more light in like the background basically to cast over like a little bit more ambience in the wood. I'm getting an awesome light from up there. I think that's gonna be a good frame to work with. I'm just double checking everything just before I have him hop down with the light. I wanna make sure I got everything that I plan on utilizing. So obviously like in the main frame, he is not gonna be up there. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to take another frame when he hops down and get that exposure without him in the light up there. So we only have so much time left at this location, so I'm gonna speed everything up, but we're just shooting the layers of the car now. And then we're gonna pack up this location basically, so. Awesome, right there. Yeah, that's crazy. I think we're good on that shot. Yeah, I mean, look at that pop.
Yeah, it's sick.
It's crazy, right? Just trying to guide him. Yep, keep turning, keep coming. All right, now start to hook. Yep, now hook it. Okay, right about there. Let me see what that looks like. Don't shut it off yet. All right, here we go. Let's fire another frame off. Yeah, it looks awesome. And then let's keep coming my way. We're gonna get this like back tire area here.